Christopher, this program holds a unique place in college football, both historically and possibly today. That could be argued. You know, you've got a microwave dynasty that was built in the early 80s, ran for 20 plus years, 5 national championships, just dominated the sport in regards to NFL talent and winning at the highest level. So your pro Miami people will say that the program's always going to be relevant because of the mark that it created with not just the winning, but the swag, the culture change, all of that, the impact on society within college football. It's always going to be relevant. The detractors are going to say, you haven't won an ACC championship. They're playing 55%, 60% winning percentage in the last 15 to 20 years. This just has not been that good of a program. You know, where do you fall on that scale?
The results are the results. You can't go away from that. But like I said earlier, there's a reason why these coaches aren't here anymore. They didn't do a good job. They're not here. And I think one thing that I think always gets kind of skewed or a little bit confusing or a little bit interesting is because Miami wants to be in that top group of teams in the college football, you know, either the playoff, all those top names, you know, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, obviously, you know, everything that Georgia's done recently, all those top teams, USC's in there too. And that's who Miami typically might recruit against, or that's where they want to be. But if you just break it down, Miami competes in the Coastal Division with Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, Virginia, North Carolina, Duke, Georgia Tech. Those are the teams that they compete against. And regardless of what Miami's been, there's no reason for me to think that they cannot be one of the best team in that division year in and year out. I think if we just start with that, and if you look at those programs, none of those programs they've had good years, and I think there was a run where a 7-year span, each of those 7 teams won the division. So certainly each team has had they've traded off who's been the best in that division, but there's been no team that's elevated where they've won 5 of 7 or anything like that. So I think until that happens, and I haven't seen it yet, even though those teams can be good from year to year at times, but Miami should still be, you know, elevated toward the top of that. And until that changes, until their division foes change, Miami should be able to win that. And when you do that, then you get your chance in the ACC title game. And then, you don't win all of those, but win some of those. And certainly you get good bowl games. So I think that's where it starts. And unless, like I said, unless those things change, then I still expect Miami to be in there. As far as competing for those other teams, you know, Miami's got to first handle the division, win the ACC. And I think once you do that, then you can be absolutely in the conversation with those other top programs. But if Mario Cristobal does not win the division, does not compete for ACC titles, if he does not win one during his time in the short term, 3, 4, 5 years, like what we've seen with the other coaches, then he won't be here either. So it all goes in line what we've seen in the past. I do expect him to win. You know, I do expect that to happen. I expect him to get the results he's looking for. But until Miami kind of consistently wins that division, they're just not in that conversation with those other top teams. But I certainly believe that they can get there.